there, everyone. Sherman here at Barrington Real Estate. Today, I am at the True Hamiltonian clothing store here with Max. Thanks for being here with us.
Hey, Max. Thanks for having me.
So we're going to ask a bunch of questions about the business and learn about Max as well. So away we go.
Yeah. All right. What do you want to know?
I'm excited to be here. I'm like, I think I'm officially a True Hamiltonian because I do have the hat.
Yeah.
But yeah, we want to kind of learn about kind of what kind of made you, what gave you the inspiration to start the business, and maybe where were you when the idea first pinged into existence for you?
Okay, great question. So this all started a little over 10 years ago, and what happened was, at the time, I had a full-time job, but I was also acting on the side. I was like a part-time actor.
Okay.
So for auditions, you kind of like have to travel from Hamilton to Toronto, and then you go into this room, and it's full. Like when they decide to audition you for a part, they find 50 people that look exactly like you, and you're all trying out for the same role. So you go into this room. There's 50 people that look just like you, taller, shorter, better dressed, less dressed, but they all look like you. And you're sitting there for about an hour, so you just chit chat. So all these guys are like, "Oh, where are you from?" So I would say Hamilton, and then they would be like, "Oh, why would you live there?" I'm like, "Oh no, it's actually a really, really nice place." So I would end up arguing with these guys about Hamilton. So I remember coming home at the time, and my girl at the time, I was like, you know what? I'm going to get a shirt that says, "I love Hamilton," and wear it every single time I go to one of these auditions.
Yeah.
And that's how this whole thing got started.
Oh, right. I love that the Hamilton pride.
Yeah.
Because many moons ago, I'm a Mississauga import, by the way. Kind of call me an invader.
Yeah.
But yeah, when I would come by and visit Hess Village.
Yeah.
Back in my youth. Come by to Hess Village, I'm like, this is great. And I'm like, oh, can I get out of Hamilton? Because it's such a terrible place. But it turns out it happens to be a great city.
You know what? There was an old saying that Hamilton was Ontario's best kept secret. So I think a lot of people don't realize what Hamilton is really about until they get here. And then once they get here, they never leave. Yeah, so I think that's it. And I also disagree with you saying you're an invader. My whole thing with that is home is not where you're born. Home is where you feel you belong. So once you find somewhere where you belong, that's your home. So for me, Hamilton was that place.
Well, my wife kind of belonged me in the city. She's like, come on over. I'm like, I love you. Yeah. Hey, Megan.
Hi, Megan.
But yeah, no, I guess you're right. So now it's just Hamilton is home. I got the hat to represent that. It's been about 7 years. So
okay, nice.
I think by now it's home, right?
Honestly, as long as you're out here representing the community and doing your best to make it a better place, I feel like that's all it takes to be a true Hamiltonian. I don't think it's something that happens at birth, because a lot of people are born here and they hate the place. So it's not about birth. It's about where you want to be.
I do hear the heaviest criticism from Hamilton-born natives who have the right to criticize their city, but it's heavy criticism.
Absolutely. And I also think if you've been here your whole life, you don't appreciate all of the great qualities of the community.
Yes.
If you're an outsider, if you come here from somewhere else, you can appreciate those things because they're new to you. So it's like, you're like, oh my God, the waterfalls, the buildings, the people. You see it from an outsider's perspective.
There's 2 levels to my city.
Yeah.
Like, a lot of people don't have an idea. Like, I can just drive across the escarpment and be like, oh, there's the whole city, and there's the harbor, and then you look out there, there's more. Like, you don't have that in most cities where you have that kind of view. It's just a normal thing you see every day.
And how many people actually stand at the edge of the escarpment and look out over the city? It's an amazing view. Like, it blows my mind every time I do it.
Yeah, beautiful. Well, I was going to ask you a little about Hamilton later.
Okay.
But I mean, next question. One thing I want to know, back on the business side, is I got a lot of young entrepreneurs who kind of follow the page here. Tell me about it. Maybe you have any business challenges you had and how you maybe have overcome them. Small challenges or big ones.
Okay. Starting out, this was never supposed to be a full-fledged business. When I first started, it was just going to be a little side hustle that I kind of did on the side to earn extra money. And what happened was it kept getting bigger and bigger and bigger. So at the time I was handing out business cards, and I worked my normal day job, and I was still acting on the side. So when people would call me, I would make them a shirt, and then I would hand deliver it to them. So I would finish work at 5:30,
Yeah.
and then I would be hand delivering shirts from like 6 o'clock till like midnight. So imagine a big black guy knocking on your door at 11 o'clock delivering a t-shirt. You're like, what do you want, dude?
Like, thanks. It was my shirt. Great.
But people loved it. They were like, oh my God, you hand delivered it. It was a really like connecting thing. And those people just kept coming back. So it just kept growing and growing. And then there was, I think we were 2 years in and we hit Christmas time. And my phone was just blowing up off the, like, it was just going absolutely nuts. So I was like, at that point, I was like, okay, I can't do both. I have to choose one. So I talked to like all my family, my friends, everyone. And at the time I was working for an engineering company and I had great hours, great benefits, all of it. So they were like, dude, you're nuts. You're not going to quit this job to sell t-shirts, because they didn't get it. I was like, no, it's not t-shirts. It's a message that's on these products.
Yes.
So they were all like, don't do it, don't do it, don't do it. And I did it anyway. And 10 years later, we're still going. So I think I made the right choice.
Yeah, no, absolutely.
Yeah.
And starting small businesses, local businesses is difficult.
Yeah.
So many business owners have told me, I didn't get the support from my family and friends, or we had to kind of scale and we had all these, like, it is challenging. I respect that, like, a whole lot.
I think one of my major challenges, you were asking about challenges, when we were small, things were great. Everything was flowing great. And then I got it in my mind that, it's time to start scaling up.
Yeah.
So my whole image of scaling up was to be in every major mall in Hamilton. So we got into Lime Ridge, and then we got into Jackson, and then there was the one in Stony Creek. What's that mall called? The one on Centennial? Eastgate. Eastgate. Yeah. So I was like, I just need Eastgate, and I'll have all three malls.
Like, we got everything. We got the monopoly.
Yeah, that's what I was shooting for, and then COVID hit. And you want to talk about challenges?
Pow!
Pow! Oh man, it was like the Incredible Hulk just like smashed down, and he was like, kapow! And yeah, that was one of the major challenges for us.
Well, I'm glad that COVID is now over.
Yeah.
And I know a lot of businesses have kind of bounced back, and I can see that you guys have bounced back in full-fledged.
So here's the thing. We do the Supercrawl fashion show every year, and that's like a big thing for us. So when we did the Supercrawl fashion show this year, I met a good buddy of mine, and he was like, where is your storefront? I was like, we currently don't have a storefront.
Yeah.
And he's like, well, dude, like, I love the brand. I love what you're doing. Like, let's partner up and let's get a storefront. Let's get this open and running. And that's what we did. We partnered up. We opened this new boutique storefront, and it has been absolutely amazing. Like the response to it has been overwhelming.
And that's kind of what you want, right? So many people for years have gotten hand-delivered service. They're like, now I can come in, I can still get the hand-delivered service, but it's in the store. Yeah, I'm about that.
Yeah, I remember year one, there was one lady, and I wanted to hand-deliver to her, but she was like coming later, and I had my daughter. So I was at home, so I gave her my home address. So the way my place worked was you came in the front door and came up some stairs, and you were in my kitchen.
Oh, okay. So
she didn't knock. She just came in. She thought it was a business. So she comes into the kitchen. My daughter's like, why are you in my house? And to this day, she still tells that story that she was one of the first people to like buy a shirt, and she was in my kitchen.
She's like, hey, you guys got food? Because I'm pulling up a chair. I get a plate, right?
Oh,
yeah. And I know obviously t-shirts have been kind of the ground up where you guys started. Yeah. But as of right now, what are the top favorites that everyone loves?
Okay, honestly, I would probably say t-shirts are still a huge seller, but people love their hoodies. They love the zip-up hoodies. They love the pullover hoodies. They love their hats and toques. Those are huge, especially here in Canada. You got to keep the head warm.
In case you're having a bad hair day, like I'm having a bad hair day today, it's being tucked away.
But it keeps the warmth in. If your head's warm, the rest of you feels warm.
Yeah, yeah.
So that's a big thing, man. As far as products, we have tried so many new products. Like this is one of our new ones, Hamilton is metal. And they sell. Don't get me wrong, they sell like crazy, and we've partnered with so many organizations and done so many different products, but every day people come in, oh, I want the OG shirt, or I want the original shirt, or oh, my mom has it, or my dad has it, my brother has it, or my boyfriend stole it, or a buddy was visiting from Germany and he left and my shirt was gone, so I need a new one. So the Hamilton is Home and the Crossed Hammer continue to be our top sellers.
Yeah. All right, and if the boyfriend from Germany stole the sweater, we gotta go back, hand deliver him back with the sweater.
Yeah. Hopefully they stayed together. Otherwise, he just took your sweater and bolted.
Yep. He's like, I'm off to Germany
with a Hamilton is Home sweater. Speaking of places in the world, we've gotten orders from Japan, California, like all over the world. And I'm like, how are these people finding us?
How do they?
I have no idea.
I mean, you could say some in the United States, I get it. They're right next door. They're our neighbors, right?
Yeah.
Hey, neighbors. Hi, guys.
Right.
But for Japan, like
we've had Japan, we've had the Middle East, we've had Germany, like Holland, all over the freaking place. And every time I see it, I'm like, how? But who knows?
Word is spreading.
The internet. The internet.
Well, if we're just changing gears here from business to kind of you, Max, I know you are kind of a public figure. A lot of people know about you, but maybe share one thing that's interesting that maybe most people don't know about you.
The one thing people don't know about me. Ooh, that's a great question. Let's see. I grew up as a sports guy. I always played sports my entire life. Mm-hmm. My daughter's following in my footsteps. She's now a very good volleyball and basketball player. Okay. So I guess the number one thing they wouldn't know about me is all my spare time is spent in a gym watching her play volleyball and basketball and her yelling at me to shut up. I get yelled at a lot. That's my secret. I get yelled at.
Guys, pick and roll. Yeah, shoot the three.
And then she's just like, not today.
I'm a new dad also, so I'm looking forward to being yelled at.
Oh yeah, you're gonna get yelled at. It doesn't happen for a while. At first they're like your best friend. They just follow you around, and then they hit a certain age, and it's like you don't know anything.
Yep, I think she's almost 2 years old, and right now I don't know anything.
No.
Well, yeah, that is wonderful. And now, any other funny stories you want to share about you?
About me? My funniest I do have a great True Hamiltonian story.
Yeah.
So one year we were doing Supercrawl, and me and my daughter, like, you don't set up your booth till I think 10 a.m. or something.
Yeah.
So me and my daughter went and had breakfast, and we were walking towards James Street North where Supercrawl sets up. Mm-hmm. And we're waiting across the street, and across the street was a guy wearing one of our designs.
Okay.
And Gwen's like, Dad, that guy's wearing your shirt. I'm like, yeah. She goes, are you going to say anything? I'm like, no. She's like, you should say something. I'm like, okay. So we're crossing, we see him, and I'm like, hey, nice shirt. He goes, yeah, I know. By
the way, yeah, I know. I'm from Hamilton. It's my shirt.
And then my daughter looks up at me. She's like, he has no idea, does he? I'm like, nope.
It's good. That's my shirt. What's your problem, bro? I love it. Well, I usually ask, what do you love about Hamilton? But clearly you love the city for a number of reasons.
Yeah.
I know you guys are on your 10-year anniversary.
Yes.
So congratulations on 10 years.
Yeah.
A quick round of applause.
Yay!
Pop.
What is that, a decade?
Yeah.
Jesus.
That's the whole decade.
I feel old.
Tell me anything special you guys have going on for the 10-year anniversary, and any ways I can participate in kind of celebrating you guys.
Yes, absolutely. So the big thing about brands, any kind of brand, if you look at the biggest brands in the world, whether it's beer companies or McDonald's or whatever, the number one thing they do is they continue to advertise, they continue to promote, they continue to put their product out. If they're the number one company in the world, you're thinking, why are they still putting commercials and stuff on TV? They're already number one. Yeah. It's because people forget. Like, people are caught in their little bubbles. Like, I got to go to work. I got to get my kid to soccer. I got to buy groceries.
Yes.
Like, you're not thinking about True Hamiltonian or McDonald's or whatever. So you have to constantly remind people, hey, we're here. We're still doing what we do. We still have great products. Christmas is coming. Come down and shop. So I think our number one thing with that is just constantly reminding people, just, hey guys, we're still here. We're still going. We're still doing really cool stuff. Just come down and like, let us show you what we have.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Sweet. Yeah. Well, yeah, looking forward to 10 more years.
10 more years. Oh, and you're a real estate agent, right?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. So
I'm a real estate agent. in case you guys didn't know.
So my number one thing, and one of the markets we have been working hard to like really tap into, is the real estate market. Mm-hmm. Every time someone buys a home, you guys have to get them a gift. You don't have to, but you guys usually get them a gift basket.
Yeah.
So we do True Hamiltonian gift baskets. We'll put together a beautiful welcome to Hamilton basket for all you agents out there, so that when they get to their new home, they feel as welcome as they could possibly feel.
So maybe I can give away one of these on Instagram?
Oh, absolutely you can. Yeah, let's do it.
You guys want a gift basket?
Yeah. What do they have to do to get a gift basket?
I will post the details in the link below. The power of the internet. I'm like, we'll figure it out. And then, I do have an event coming up in New Year's. Hopefully you're there, and we'll give away a gift basket as well too.
Absolutely.
And one last question I do want to ask is: are there any people you want to give a quick shout out to? You want to give some thanks to, and that who are important to the success of the business and the growth?
Okay, so my whole thing with saying thank yous is I try not to, and the reason for that is it really does take a village. Like, it's not just like your mom or your dad or your friend; it's everybody. Like. Yeah. So I would say my thank you would be to everyone, because without you guys, there wouldn't be an us. So every single person that's ever bought a product, every single person that's ever helped with the company, every single person that supported us, like, you guys all know who you are, and you all wear your products with pride. So my thank yous to everyone. Thank you so much.
All right. Love that. Yeah. Love that. Okay, it's good stuff. And are there any fun little puppies you want to thank Kayla's puppy? I met Kayla's puppy today.
If you guys have not met her, come into the store. She's adorable, and she's either going to love you or hate you, but you'll know right away.
I think she hates me, but I mean, I still met her, and she's super cute. So important stuff. But everyone, hey, thank you very much for tuning in.
Yeah.
True Hamiltonian has been around for 10 years. You got to come by and visit. There's a lot of great items here, and some of them I'll be featuring at my next upcoming event. And then, you can find you guys on Instagram at...
We are Instagram True Hamiltonian, Facebook True Hamiltonian, Twitter True Hamiltonian, or website truehamiltonian.ca.
Okay, that's pretty consistent. Well, once again, thanks for tuning in, and see you guys next time. Bye for now.
Peace.